Breathe easy.
All right, everybody, welcome to Breathe Easy. I'm your girl, T True. Today, I have a very special guest, Atlanta native or Miami native?
Miami.
Miami. And
yes. My name is just Shupier, but everyone knows me as just Shupier. So Shupier Jones, that's me.
And Shupier Jones does a bunch of things, you guys. Like, she's multi-talented. So first of all, what we're going to talk about is a book. She wrote a book, guys.
Right.
A good book. It was very good. I read the whole thing. Like, I couldn't stop reading it. No, for real. So let's talk about that.
Right.
What inspired you to write this book to begin with?
What inspired me to write the book is because at the time I didn't know how to verbally express myself. Mm-hmm. So I had all this garbage embedded in me for years and didn't realize that it was going to affect later relationships, whether it was with a significant other, with my parents, with my children, with my friends. So one day I was just like, you know what, I'm tired of having all this stuff, just garbage, just in me. And it was time for it to come out. So I decided to write the book and, putting it all on paper. And actually, that's where I got the title from, is pretty much putting all my juicy stories that and experiences on paper.
On paper. Okay, so one of the things in the book that I want to talk about is where you basically grew up with two dads.
Yeah.
Right. So
yes.
How was that?
Oh,
how would you say that affected you, like, relationship wise, like dealing with men?
It would cause you to feel disconnected because I really didn't have a close relationship with either of the men because of the situation. I don't want to give the book away. So it caused us to be disconnected. So it was no bond or anything like that. And that was something that I wanted as a child, to be able to go to my father and just have this relationship and be able to talk to him about anything. So growing up as a child, that experience alone just wasn't fun. And it did affect me later on because you'll start having trust issues when it come down to men, and you wouldn't like to be, you don't like rejection. So it really would affect you. And a lot of people don't really pay attention to that. And that's why a lot of situations occur and they don't know how to solve them or figure them out, or they don't even know how to deal with them. They just go on to the next.
That's like childhood trauma, and they don't even
realize. Yeah.
So how did you affected your relationship with you and your mom?
For a long time, I didn't have a relationship with my mom. It was a disconnect with her. And when I wrote the book, I wrote, the time when they were like in their 20s. Early 20s. So can you imagine being 20, having a young baby, and then you got two men that you're dealing with? You don't know what you got going on. You just going off these emotions. So believe it or not, it was just kind of hard, growing up with that type of relationship. Yeah. So
did anybody in your family like get upset with you for writing that book and like putting all?
Hell yes.
Yeah. Yeah.
Because like I told you,
it's a juicy
when I say I was, it really is. And a lot of times, in the Black culture, we don't talk.
Nope.
We like to hold secrets. We like to keep everything, like we got this perfect, and we don't have any trauma. We don't have any dysfunctionalness in our families, and which we do. So it was like, oh, you talking about such and such, like this is what happened.
Right.
So I didn't have no choice but to share my story. And not only that, should I live life worrying about what other people say? No. And that takes a strong testimony. Right. And this was therapeutic for me because at the end of the day, you have to deal with you first. If you don't deal with you first, you can't expect to love. You can't expect to work, in a setting with people and think that it's going to go smooth, because one day somebody is going to do something to trigger one of those moments in your childhood. And if you don't go back and deal with your childhood trauma, you're going to have some adult trauma.
Oh yeah.
But not only that, if you become a parent, you're going to put that on them. It's just the cycle is just going to continue to go.
So you have, how many, you have 2 daughters?
I have 2 daughters.
Have they read the book?
Yes. Well, the oldest one did. The young one started. She's not, she don't really like to read. So she's not an avid reader, but she read a little bit. She's more into, looking cute. What's up with the phone, dancing, TikTok. So she's but my oldest one, she's more into her books, and she's more kind of got an idea of what she want to do with life. For her to be so young, she's 15, about to be 16. Right. But for the most part, my oldest one, she did, and it was like, wow, Ma, I didn't know you went through that.
Yeah. So did that change your relationship with her? Did that kind of bring you guys closer to her, kind of seeing your background?
Well, to be honest, our relationship has always been close. When you go through certain things such as that, it caused you to, you're very scared. Right. And you're very timid. Your eyes is constantly open because you don't want the same, experience to happen to your children. So I definitely made sure that I learned to talk to my girls. I made sure and build a relationship where they feel comfortable enough to just tell me whatever they're going through. Right. And then I didn't really leave them with a lot of people.
Oh, good.
Yeah. So,
because
to answer your question, yes.
Said, like the Black communities, I feel like that's where people end up getting molested and all that extra stuff coming on, because a lot of times you are a single mom, you have to work. So you probably can't afford daycare. So you got to have auntie or cousin watch your kids. And then who knows who comes over there, and then all types of stuff start happening. Right. Yeah.
You're right. So, you're absolutely right.
So there was a part in your book where, something like that happened with you.
Yes.
Your mom was working and you had to stay with I believe it was one of your aunts.
Yes.
She had a real fast daughter.
Yeah. Well, it was that was a cousin that I stayed with, but the aunt was the one who I later stayed with. So I did have the fast cousin. And you know what? To be honest, I don't regret anything, because in life, the way you learn is through experiences. Mm-hmm. And the way you grow is learning from your experiences. Right. So to have those different type of experience, those different backgrounds, like it helped me later on, because now you know what to tell your children. Now you know what to look for in people. Mm-hmm. Now you know where not to go and what not to do. Right, so it did happen, but I'm so happy that I finally told my story, because it's so many women that have been molested by family members. Oh yeah. Not a friend, not the father. I mean, not a cut. I mean, yes, by a family member, but not someone as a friend. You know what I'm saying? So, or a stranger, by family. So, it definitely happens, and people need to absolutely be aware, because a lot of the young generation, sometimes they're exposed to certain things and they see things before the time, or they're going through these hormonal situations that is causing them to be curious. Right. Yeah. So
I just want to tell you that like I read a lot, and
thank you.
That was a really good book. I'm telling you, I couldn't put it down.
Thank
like,
you.
I would read something, I'd be like, damn, I'm tired, but I'm like, let me just read one more chapter. Like, it was really good. It was well written. So like,
thank you.
Like help you? Did you have like a ghostwriter, or did you actually?
Oh no.
Really?
I wrote this myself.
Wow.
I wrote this myself. And I come from a background where I wasn't really a strong reader or a writer. Yeah. But by the time I got to the 8th grade, I'll never forget. I said I wanted to make straight A's. So I always tell people it's a mindset. If you don't really set your mind to do anything in life, you're not going to do it. Exactly. So I told myself that I would become a better reader, So I read more and I would become a better writer. So I wrote more. So to answer your question, no, only thing that I had, and to far as with my structure, I structured my book before I got it structured. So it is self-published. And I did have I had 3 editors to go and just make sure the grammatic spelling was correct, if I had any misspelled words. But for the most part, it wasn't like they had to go in and structure my whole writing. Everything, the way how you read it is the way how I wrote it. So I give you an introduction to set you up for my story.
Okay, so the way the book ended,
it's a continuation.
Okay, I was gonna say that.
Yes.
It ended with you like going to college, right? Or
it ended pretty not college. I was in high school, graduating.
Yeah. So
it ended with that because I just kind of want to focus on really to give you the storyline before I get into my life. Right. So you could understand why I made certain decisions and why I went through certain situations.
So do you already have like a plan for the next book? Do you have a name?
I already started writing the next book.
Okay, good.
Yeah, already. It's like halfway. Okay. But people have to keep in mind too, when you write about your life, you gotta put all these years in a couple of pages.
Right.
Or in a chapter. You get what I'm saying? So, and then you have to go back and you have to replay moments that you do not like. So
yes. That made me think of another part in your book. Something that happened.
Yes.
I don't know if you want to talk about it. Do you know what I'm talking about?
No, but I'm transparent.
Okay.
When you look at my interview, I beat me talking about me before you can. And I tell people, if you can't be real with yourself, you might as well be quiet, because people are going to talk about you, whether you're doing something good or bad. So if they talk, I mean, that's why I wrote about it, so people could stop being fake and being honest and truthful within themselves.
Right here.
Right. Yeah. But go ahead.
Right. So there was a part in the book where you had I think it was an aunt you were living with, and she had a son. And something happened with him and some of his friends.
That's why I got molested, right? And that's the part you're talking about. Yeah. That can happen.
Do you and him still have a relationship, or that's
no?
Wow. So does he know about the book, or you don't know?
He probably knows. I mean, the entire family should know by now.
Right.
But it with everybody, it was shocking.
Wow.
Because I'm talking about something that happened years and years ago. Like, I was a child.
Black people want their family to like bury that
shit.
Right.
And people change. So he probably may not be that person that he was. But yeah, and then it was other stories that came up too. So I'm happy that it was out, because people need to be aware, especially when they have little girls and little boys too. Like, you just can't put nothing past anyone nowadays, because sex is very, very powerful and can be used at the wrong time and in the wrong setting.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? So
especially
were some of them happy
that like a parent or somebody elderly in your life that can lead you in the right direction. A lot of times we learn about sex and stuff like that from our friends, because I come from a Caribbean background, and they didn't talk to us about sex. You know what I mean? Like, I learned that at school, with my friends, and then you learn the wrong stuff. You know what I'm saying?
Right. So, and sometimes you learn because mama and daddy got the room door closed, or mama got her friend over in the room door closed, and the music. Children are not stupid.
Okay.
We know mommy and that humping, and we hear the noises, and you know what I'm saying? Let's be honest.
You're right.
And you may not have learned sex from no TV. You probably learned it right in your house with your mom, because she thought you was asleep at 1 o'clock in the morning, because she invited John Doe over because she wanted to get, her little pom-pom touched. She got some needs that need to be met. So it could have been at any given time. And when you're a teenager, you're going through all these different hormonal feelings and stuff. So a lot of boys are curious.
Oh yeah. You're right.
A lot of them are curious.
and then they don't even understand that you're not supposed to be doing that stuff with your cousin or your, you know what I mean? They just
right.
You know?
Right.
Yeah,
and unfortunately, I was the one to experience that moment with my cousin. So that's something I will never forget. I don't like it. And I would hate for any other little girl to go through that. And that's why I decided to tell the story in my book, because it was something that really traumatized me for a long time.
I can imagine.
A long time. So
that's where trust issues come into play too, because it's like, damn, if I can't trust my own
right.
dad, like why would I trust this random stranger trying to talk to me?
Right. Yeah. And people can become suicidal, like,
oh yes,
when you go through that as a child, and I'm just speaking from experience, like I didn't want to be here. It's like, ew, like, and it was embarrassing to have that done in front of other little boys. Right. You know what I'm saying? So it was a lot that I had to deal with. And, you know, and some of us in the Black culture, we don't go see therapists. So it wasn't nothing but the grace of God to sustain me all these years.
Yeah.
And, you know, to even hear my family, when they did hear about it, like, it was like, oh, she lying, or, you know, everybody had their views and they, you know, how they felt about it. But at the end of the day, you got to think about the victim, the victim at that point. You know what I'm saying? Like, what did that little girl really had to go through? Because you're probably looking at me as an adult. I'm talking about me as a child.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? So, it's definitely something that needs to be talked about.
Yeah.
Definitely.
And it's very good that you did that, because like you said, you don't know how many other women or girls went through that. You know what I'm saying? And then, like you said, they were scared or embarrassed, and then reading that book make them like, damn, so I'm not the only one. You know what I mean? So maybe I need to tell my story too. You know what I mean? So yeah, that was definitely a good look.
Right. And that's why at the end of the book, I leave an area so you could tell a story. Start, talk, get it out. Because people think, I don't need to go see a therapist. I'll get over it. Be strong, suck it up. And then you wondering why you bipolar.
Right.
You wonder why you from man to man.
I'm so depressed.
Right. You wonder why you up and down. Like, you happy today, and then the next day you down. Like, because you got this stuff embedded in you. You got this stuff still inside of you, and you haven't let it out. Yep. I can't hear you. I can't hear you. Can you hear me?
Hey, hold on. Oh shit.
I'm here. I can hear you.
All right. So that's just one of your many talents.
Right.
Let's talk about one of your other businesses. So you are a hairstylist, celebrity hairstylist.
Yes.
So tell me about that. How did you get involved in doing hair?
My mom did not give me money to get my hair done. I blame my mother.
Like, get it done.
Right. She the blame. She is the blame, but it's a good blame. But it was most people don't know my middle name means miracle hands. So it was just destined for me to start doing hair. And I started doing hair in middle school. Oh, wow. I started traveling in high school. And from there, my first celebrity was Sean Taylor. He was a NFL football player. Really? He was the first one. Yes. I did his hair before he passed away. God bless his soul. And then my second celebrity was Dwayne Bowe, who played for the Kansas Chiefs. So I started doing hair and started getting into different celebrities. And then when I moved here to Atlanta, I started doing more. So I have done CeeLo Green cut his hair. I have done Lauren from what is Love is Blind. I did Sasha the Diva, Rick. I've even done the Taylor Girls. Okay, I can go on, but yeah, I've done a couple.
How did you get to link up with these celebrities?
word of mouth.
Yeah.
Like, you know, building relationships. One thing I can say of resigning in Atlanta, like if you work and you do what you're supposed to do, like you will connect with the right people. Like Atlanta is like another, you know, it's Black Hollywood. So you meet so many different people here, and you just have to know how to network, and you just know how to talk and make sure you have a good product, just good work period. So
right. So you have a salon?
Yes. Mm-hmm.
Okay. What's the name of your salon?
So, well, I just call myself Just Shupier Hair Trend. So, you know, I keep it.
Y'all do that?
Right. You know, that's a brand within itself, Just Shupier.
Right.
So,
yeah, because that's your interior, that's another one of your talents, interior decorating, and that's Just Shupier decor, right?
Right, Just Shupier decor. So I'm undecided if I want to do just decor or Just Shupier, but I'm thinking about Just Shupier decor. Yeah, just to keep everything under that Just Shupier umbrella. Yeah. So but yeah, I definitely love interior decorating. That's something that I just I've been doing it, but now I'm like really getting into it and really, you know, showing the world my creativity.
Yeah, and you definitely have an eye, because some of the things that you do, because I see your stuff and I'm like, I would have never thought to do that. You know what I mean?
Right. And I don't go look at nobody other creativity. This is something you put me in a plain room.
Yeah.
I'm gonna give you some. My mind just get to wandering, girl. It roams. But I give all the glory to the Most High.
Yeah.
All the glory.
Yeah.
Because before I even start in the room, I asked him, like, God, what we need to do, because I go off people's energy. Only thing they give me is colors. And sometimes I have to use what they already have, because depending on my client, the budget, if they don't have a certain budget, I use what they have to create something else. Right. Yeah.
All the stuff that I've seen you do so far, it is impeccable.
Thank you. Thank you.
Girl, for real.
Thank you.
So,
it's time.
Do you have a good relationship with your mom now?
It's a lot better. Yes. It's and it's still a working process. So we make sure we talk, we express ourselves, because I told my mother that I do not want to leave this earth, nor you, and we have regrets.
Yeah.
Right. So that part I don't want to be left with. And because I know that's another situation that will be hard to deal with. So and that's something I don't want to deal with. Right. Yeah. Mm-hmm.
So, all right, with like the interior decorating.
I can't hear you. This thing is going in and out. Can you hear me? Can you hear me? I can't hear you. I can't hear you. I can hear you now.
Okay. Yeah. So like with the interior decorating. So like, what made you start that though? Like, what made you start designing? You know what I mean?
I've been doing hair for over 20 some years. So one day actually I just said, you know what? I'm just gonna redo my girls' room, and I'm gonna post it. And when I post, that's when I was getting a lot of feedback, and I was like, it's time, because I love doing hair, but you know how you do something for so long, you're like, I'm ready for something else. And that's where I'm at in my life. I'm getting much mature. I don't want to say a little seasoned. And I was like, I want to do something else. And so I just started, you know, working my way towards that. And I was like, I could make this a business, because I really love to cater to people who cannot make their home look like the W.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Like, or it just wants something different, because if you notice, if your house is clean, is up to par, you think clearly, you sleep better, you just feel so good, and your energy is on a whole nother level. And that's what I'm all about, you know, helping others. I've always been that way. So if I can help you in your home where you resign, like, why not? Why not? So that's where it began.
It's definitely dope. I'm telling you,
Thank you.
Are talented.
Thank you.
Girl, whenever I come to Atlanta, you're gonna have to do my hair. You know what I'm saying?
Oh, girl, yes.
The last time that I came, we didn't stay that long. You know, we were supposed to link up, but it was my mom's birthday. So when we got there the night, we just went to sleep, and then the next day was her party, and then the next day we left.
Everything is a timing of God. So if not, I don't even get mad no more. Stuff don't happen. Like it just wasn't the time. Right.
Like everything happened for a reason. But definitely, like whenever I come back, like we definitely need to link up because
I would love that, boo. I owe you lunch anyway.
You're a dope person. You got a dope personality. You know what I'm saying?
Thank you.
I'm glad that, you know, Nikki, shouts out to Nikki. Like she linked us.
Yes, my baby.
Yes. You know, I know her from middle school.
Wow.
Yeah.
That's a long time.
Like we've been keeping.
I've been knowing Nikki, I think by 8-9 years now. It's been a minute.
Yeah,
it's been a while.
That's about how long she been in Georgia, I think.
Yeah, I've been knowing her for a while.
Yeah. So, but yeah, that book, I'm telling you, y'all, I just I read the book. I told my co-host, her brother passed away a couple days ago.
Oh, sorry to hear that.
Yeah, she's going through some stuff right now, so she couldn't make it. But you know, I told her about the book and like, you know, I let her read little bits of it and stuff like that. And she was just like, oh my God, like she wanted to talk to you too, but you know, she wasn't really feeling it.
Yeah, she could call me. I answer whatever question.
But when I tell her, and she's not a big reader either, but that she was, I want to read this book.
And I'm gonna be honest, everyone that has read the book said they could not put it down. Yeah. But I'm telling you, when people love realness, whether it's bad or good. When you're honest and authentic, people love that. When you fake, people don't want to deal with you. No. But when you honest and you telling the butt naked truth, it's like, okay, you got my attention.
You can see through the fakeness a lot. Sometimes it don't even have to be somewhere they're like, okay, this is not real, but whatever. It's like you can see through it. You know what I mean?
Right.
And just like you said, big on energy, I'm the same way. Like if I come around you and I'm not feeling the vibe, I'm like, something not right. You know what I mean?
Yes.
But, yeah, definitely. I know I was a little bit late today, but tomorrow.
Oh no, you're fine.
Yeah.
You're fine. Today your birthday?
Tomorrow.
Is your birthday?
Yeah.
Happy birthday to you.
Yeah, remember like your daughter's a Cancer, and I was like, oh, because her birthday was last week, right?
Yes.
Yeah, and I was like,
11.
Yeah, and then mine is the 19th.
So that's happy birthday.
And I was like, oh, she's emotional. She's a Cancer.
Yeah. Oh God, girl, yes. Oh God, yes. I love y'all Cancers though.
Like I'm more of a Leo than a Cancer because I'm not that emotional, really. I'm more of like how they say Leos like to be in control. Yeah. Like how they say like Leos like to be in control and shit. Like like I like to like have all my shit in order and everything in control.
Cancer's really the same way. Y'all the same way.
Well, see?
Cancer's the same way.
Cry a lot. Like it takes a lot to make me cry. You know what I mean?
But you got some Cancers that's real tough, and then you have and don't show emotions, and then you have some that do.
Yeah.
But yeah.
Yeah, definitely. I'm definitely one of the tough ones because I don't like to make people think I'm weak. For real.
Right, as you should. Yeah, they'll run over you.
Yeah, exactly.
They will definitely run over you.
I'm small. I'm only 5 feet tall, so I'm real small. So people already look at me and think that they could run over me. So I'll be like, listen.
Oh, not gonna happen. Not with no Cancer. No, ma'am. No, ma'am.
Not at all. Ever.
No, ma'am. Period. No, ma'am.
So, Miss Just Shupier, we're definitely gonna have to do this again. You know, you're writing your second part to your book, so whenever you gotta let me know because I want to get that book as well and read up on that. And
don't forget the movies. They can watch them on.
You're an actress as well. Look at that.
Yes.
So,
yes, I always shout out to Alizé at least. Huh?
What's one of your biggest movies you were in?
Oh, with Clifton Powell. Flowers.
Flowers?
That was that was the first time I had a lead role. Oh my God. Yes, that was such an incredible experience. Thanks to Travis Cure, who's in Oval. Because of him, helping him, we had to do an audition tape he had to send in. I was able to get a lead role. So so in being in a movie with Clifton Powell.
Right.
That was
like acting.
Oh, I love acting. And not only that, I was able to see myself on a big screen. So you used to go and see someone else. So to see yourself, that was like so amazing. And not only that, before my grandmother passed away, she was able to see it. I'm the only one in my family that does acting. So to experience something like that, that's something I would never ever forget. And that movie will always be the biggest movie to me because I was able to experience so many moments in one setting. So
what is that movie about?
Oh, it's about two women who just kind of like they're going through two different situations in life. One is she's corporate, a lawyer, and then the other one she's a daughter, and they just have two. They live in two different worlds, but they kind of have like the same situation going on. Like they got issues. Yeah. So and it's everybody kind of play their part, and it's a lot of drama in it. Like you won't get bored. So and it's flowers. Every time a flower is presented, it's a lie behind the flower. So you have to watch and pay attention to when a flower is being presented. And shout out to Alize Elise and Gerald, the director. They are great people. They were the first to give me my first line opportunity. My first lead role opportunity. So I'll be forever grateful for them. And I also did David for them too. I played the supporting role as a wife. So and I also played in Buggin. I go on, but all of this stuff Flowers and David is on Tubi TV. Okay. Amazon Prime, Vudu, NBC. I think they're on there now because we shot those probably like 2-3 years ago. So but they're. Say that again.
I'm gonna watch the Flowers. I'm gonna watch it tonight.
Yeah, and once you type in my name in Tubi TV, all the movies will pop up.
Come up, okay.
And that's Shupier Jones. When you do it in Amazon Prime, the movies will pop up. Anytime you type in my name, the movies will pop up.
Okay. So. All right. So who would what's one actress or actor that you would love to work with?
Angela Bassett. I would definitely. God. Yeah, I always tell everybody, I was like, she's gonna play my mother. I'm gonna be in a movie with her. She's gonna play my mother. Yeah. And it might be my book. Who knows? Okay. But I would love. I think she's phenomenal.
You ever that? Like turning your book into a movie?
Of course, it's gonna happen. You can see if you go on my website, you can see my book trailer. I directed. I had Chandrise Ross. She helped produce. Get the people together and but yeah, I picked the scenery, the settings, and all that. Yeah.
Oh wow.
And then everybody thought my book was a movie because most most Black people don't do book trailers. Yeah. So I made sure when I did my book that I did everything a big production company would have done.
Wow. I don't even know you like so proud. I'm just like,
thank you. Yeah. It was no joke. When you self-publish, it's no joke. And you really got to definitely market. But I just thank you for giving me the opportunity to come on your show. And, I know the first time we tried, but, everything happens for a reason. So I think right now we cool. We cool. Yes.
So go ahead, tell the people where they can follow you, Instagram, Facebook, all that.
Okay, well, you definitely can follow me. Just Shupier on Instagram. It's JUSTSHUPIER. So anytime you put Just Shupier, you'll see hair trends. That's my hair page. And then to follow the book on Instagram is just putting it all on paper. So, and then on Facebook and Twitter, you type in Shupier Jones, I will pop up. So anytime you use my name, it will pop up.
So guys, y'all definitely check out that book. Putting it all on paper is definitely a good read. And if I'm telling you it's a good read, it's a good read.
Thank you.
Your hair trends, your movies, you're an actress, you're an author, you're an interior decorator. You got everything, and that's how it should be. So
right, you gotta have multiple streams of income.
Exactly.
You definitely have to. Yes.
Especially in this day and age, you know?
Right.
So I want to thank you again for, you know, taking your time out to doing this, because I know you a busy lady. I see.
Yes. I was just telling my girlfriends, I was like, people do not believe I be busy. I was like, I don't say that like it's real talk. Like when you're a mother, that's a whole nother ball game within itself. Right? And then I added on all these other businesses and stuff. So and not only just to say I have multiple businesses, just these things that I really love to do, and I'm really talented. Right.
Yeah.
So I definitely want to just shout out my children, Lazari and Leonie Leggett. Like, I thank them so much because they have been so supportive. Even when I'm aggravated, they still be right there putting mommy together. Right. So and they have been with me my entire journey, because I made sure they see, you know, what you can do when you really have nothing.
Right.
And they know, and most people don't know, I came to Atlanta with $125 to my name. Wow. With 2 babies.
Wow.
2 weeks, I found me a job. 2 months, I found me a spot. 4 years, I bought me a house and my own car. Like, I tell people, it's you that stops you.
Yeah.
Nobody don't stop you but you. Through the grace of God, anything is possible. And once you realize that, your journey will be so amazing. Yeah. And it'll just be a testimony to encourage others that God is all by himself, and he will make it happen.
Right. Right.
Yes, girl. And shout out to my mom and my stepdad. I love them. And my best friend and all that good stuff. My friends, my fans, everybody. My world, my brothers.
Yeah, they all play a part in your success.
Yes, all of them. Yes. Yeah. Everybody who I did not say, y'all know, y'all play a part. My soldiers, my ride or die, my loved ones. I love y'all, my family, because my family is huge. My mama, the oldest, is 16.
Damn.
So shout out to my whole family. I love y'all. The Jones family. Woo.
Yo, Shupier, just Shupier. Yo, you're definitely a vibe. We're definitely gonna do this again. I want to thank you.
Yes.
Again. And you guys check her out. You know what I'm saying?
Please.
You know, support Black businesses. You know what I mean?
Yes.
So
for real,
again, everybody. Breathe easy. 2 times. We out.
All right.
Bye.
Bye.
All right.